I'm Christy Johns from Australian Online News, and it's time to catch up with Di Sneddon from the Hunter River Times. Hello, Di. What have you got for us?
Lots going on this week, very, very busy. And coming into November, there's lots of important events, such as the Melbourne Cup today. But on the 11th of November, it's also Remembrance Day. And around Singleton, that particular day will be a little bit different to traditional years when we had hundreds of people gather around our cenotaphs in the Upper Hunter. This year, it's been limited numbers, but I think it's still a time to reflect on what happened. And yesterday I was doing a story with a woman over a totally unrelated issue, and I walked past her sideboard, and on that sideboard was a photograph of a soldier in World War I uniform sitting on a camel in Egypt. And I said, what's that photograph all about? And she explained to me that it was her grandfather who spent 5 years overseas. He volunteered in 1914. When the war was over, after the signing of the armistice, it took him 9 months to get home by boat. So he was a long time away from home. And she said when he returned, I said, did he ever talk about it? She said he never spoke about it. He never went to one Anzac Day march, never took part in a march, never joined the RSL, never put his hand up to receive any entitlements. He just wanted to put it all behind him. It had such a profound impact on him. And I guess, people cope with the situation differently, but he was a man that possibly shouldn't have been accepted to join the armed forces. He had severe curvature of the spine. His granddaughter said that perhaps it was because they were so desperate to get people to volunteer, and he felt that he was obliged to, everyone else around him was. So, but the photograph is just, it doesn't even look real. And I showed a couple of people and they sort of said, that's just amazing. So I think I did send that photograph to you for your viewers to have a look at, but it sort of reflects a time in our past and perhaps time for cause for people to be thankful that the freedoms we enjoy in Australia today. And even though we have been in lockdown, I mean, imagine the isolation of those soldiers overseas, not seeing family for 5 years while their lives have been, under constant threat. It's just unimaginable, really, this day and age.
Yeah. What else is happening in the Hunter River?
I had a delightful visit out to Murrurundi Public School last week. They just received the New South Wales Tidy Towns Environmental Award for Best Education Facility. So this is a little school of about 48 students in a town with a population of around 1,000. So for them to receive Top Education Award, they would have been against every school in New South Wales, every university, every preschool. For them to win, it was really, an outstanding achievement. And they were very, very excited. But to win the award is one thing, but the reason why they won it is just incredible. They went through a period of time where their town had absolutely no water. They were known as the town in Australia with no water. There were people driving up to the school, dropping off water bottles at the front gate. And there was a little cafe up in Byron Bay that heard about the situation. And they had used an innovative system where solar panels turned the condensed water vapour into drinkable water. So this little cafe in Byron Bay donated this solar system to the school. And not only did the school students then receive a little bit of water that they wanted, the whole entire community was, had a key to the front gate of the school to come in and fill up water bottles and sustain them through what was a really difficult time. The kids tell me about how dry the playground was, and they had to get rid of the chooks in the little chicken coop out the back, and they couldn't have a veggie garden and couldn't go swimming in the river because there was just no water. And now they've got this wonderful solar system. And when I visited, it was dark clouds overhead and there was all this lush green grass through the paddock. And it was just, a nice sort of story of recovery. And while they have this beautiful trophy, they're all very, very proud. It's also, I guess, a congratulations to their resilience of getting through such a difficult time.
Yeah, it's amazing. Do you know what the name of the cafe is in Byron Bay that gave them that?
I think it was the Three Little Ducks. Well, they came up with the idea, and they actually had the system installed in their cafe. And as a result of that, they sold bottled water and raised that $30,000 that needed to be installed for the system to be installed at Murrurundi School. So pretty good.
Yeah, wonderful. Did you have anything else for us today?
The only other thing I will mention is Sneddon Strikers, which is a soccer team consisting of not only players just from Singleton, but we had 5 players from Muswellbrook and another player from Lower Belford. They won their grand final on the weekend, and the celebrations were heard loud and clearly throughout the Upper Hunter. It's the first time in 28 years since they've been able to bring home a grand final trophy. So it was very, very exciting news and capped off a really challenging season. Because of COVID, we had a lot of sports not even, take to the field in the Upper Hunter. Cancellation of competitions all over the place. So soccer, stuck to their ground, played the game and played really well, and it brought a tear to many eyes when they actually scored that winning goal and the final whistle went. So congratulations to all those players and all the families behind them and their friends, and it's very widespread celebration.
Oh, fantastic. Good to hear, and good luck in the Melbourne Cup today if you're having a flutter. For more, visit hunterrivertimes.com.au.